Hello guys, welcome to another unboxing video, this time of the Firework King Showstopper selection box. So this contains 31 fireworks and was last year's largest selection box by Firework King. They have however gone bigger and better this year with both the ammo selection box and party time display crate. That said, this is still a hefty sized box and measures 40 by 90 centimetres. So turning the box around, you can see that it has a very respectable NEC count of 1,152.2 grams. These are category F2 and were manufactured last year. Although the box has a high RRP of £199.99, I was quite lucky and managed to purchase this for little over £35. So that seems like exceptional value. That said, we'll take the lid off and have a look at the fireworks in more detail. So two things surprised me having got the lid off. Firstly, there looks to be excellent variety, and secondly, it's surprising how many of these pieces seem to be substantial in terms of physical size. So firstly, we have 4 rockets. These medium-sized rockets are called the Punisher. This one has 14 grams of powder and gives a crackling effect. The second rocket has a different effect with a red palm. The third rocket again has 14 grams of powder and has a blue peony. And last but not least, the fourth Punisher rocket has a slightly higher NEC count of 15 grams and gives both a red and green peony. We then have 3 single shot tubes. There's 2 varieties. The purple variety has a red-green peony and an NEC of 4.3 grams. The second variety, which looks to be quite poor in terms of manufacture, has a white glitter effect. Hidden away down here is a small fountain. This is called Snow Ghost. This has 16 grams of powder and reads pine and green. I'm not sure if the word pine is a spelling mistake and should read pink, but for the purpose of this video, I'll pronounce it how it's spelt. We then have 2 small mines. The first mine is called Starburst. This has an NEC of 18.5 grams and has a silver fountain to red star. The second mine is called Cinder Warrrs. It's listed as a combination of fountain and mine, has an NEC of 18.5 grams and reads silver fountain and crackling. We now have a large boxed fountain called the Beast. So this has a very high NEC of 48 grams and reads pine, red and green crackling. We also have a Pacific blue fountain. This has a lower NEC of 18 grams and reads blue star and pine. We now have Typhoon. This has 20 grams of powder and reads red, green and crackling. Identical in size is Blue Blitz. This was also in the Showtime selection box that I did an unboxing on recently. It has 18 grams of powder and reads white glitter and lemon. So it's surprising that there's no mention of blue effects, even though it's called Blue Blitz. We have another fountain here called Battle of Colours. It has 20 grams of powder and red, green and blue stars. There's another substantial boxed fountain here called Area 51. It has 48 grams of powder and gives whistling, pine and crackling chrysanthemums. We have some smaller fountains here which are boxed yet again. There's Tropic Thunder and this feels quite light in comparison to the previous fountains. It has 18 grams of powder and gives red, green and gold glitter. I'm not 100% sure on how you pronounce this piece, but believe it's Shangri-La. It has 18 grams of powder and gives purple stars and white glitter. The last boxed fountain out of this selection box is Hawling Dragon. Again, it has 18 grams of powder and the effects on this read green star and chrysanthemum. We then have some larger, more conventional tube type fountains. This one's called Bada Boom and feels very well made. It has 48 grams of explosive and the effects read whistle, chrysanthemums and then red-green chrysanthemums. Similar in size is Paranormal FTN. Again, it has 48 grams of powder, but this one reads chrysanthemums and then lemon silver crackling. We have another fountain here called Last Showdown. So this box is fountain heavy, but most selection boxes are. This is in fact a battery of fountains. It has 48 grams of powder and reads pine and blue crackling. We now move on to the two largest fountains in the box. The first of which is called Cyclone Twister. Again, it's a battery of fountains. This has 48 grams of powder and the effects read gold glitter and gold crackling. The final fountain out of this box is called Atom Blast. Again, it has 48 grams of powder and this one reads red green chrysanthemums, red blue silver crackling and then whistling. We also have a very substantial Roman candle in this box. That's called Pyro Renegade. It feels very well made. It has an NEC of 28 grams and gives red, green, yellow and blue pearls. We now move on to the cakes. There's 5 substantial cakes in this box, which is nice to see and fairly unexpected. The first is called Pyro Pearls. It has some good weight to it. It gives 20 shots. It does have a fairly small tube size with a 15mm bore, but that said, I've seen videos of this online and it's quite impressive and packs a good punch for its size. This has 86 grams of powder and reads white glitter and red palm. We have a second 20 shot cake, this time called Night Angel. Again, the bore is 15mm, it has 86 grams of powder and this one gives blue star and crackling chrysanthemums. There's also 2 19 shot cakes. This one's called Dragon Strike. It has 15mm bores. It has 80.5 grams of explosive and this one reads white glitter, green peony and whistling. The last 19 shot cake is called Greek Fire. This one has 81.7 grams of powder and reads red star and white glitter, yellow star and time rain. I'm expecting quite a bit from these because, as I say, I have seen them online and they look to punch well above their weight. Finally, the last cake out of the box is called Bada Boom. This is only 7 shots, but this one has an improved 20mm bore. It has white peonies and crackling and an NEC of 51.1 grams. It dawned on me that this cake is in fact Here Comes Johnny out of the Showtime selection box, however it's simply been relabelled. And then finally we move on to the finale piece for this box. This is a 300 shot missile battery called Battle Cry. It has 150 grams of powder. We all know what these do. So that's it guys, that's the Showstopper selection box by Firework King. The pieces do feel well made and I'm looking forward to firing these. Once I do fire them, I'll be sure to post a video up online. So like always, thank you for watching and I'll post up another video soon.